So a question that often comes up when you're trying to lose weight is, do you set your protein needs around your total weight, your current weight, or around your goal weight? There's some debate about this. Talk to one person, they're gonna say total weight. Some people are gonna say base it off of your lean body mass. What I try to do here on this channel is give you simple, actionable advice. A lot of this stuff doesn't have to be overly complicated, and I think that sometimes because there's so much information out there, it's easy to get bogged down in the weeds instead of simplifying it and just getting to work. So I think that when it comes to losing weight, there's kind of two different camps. There's trying to lean out and there's trying to lose weight. People that are trying to lean out are a little bit lower body fat percentage already, 15%, maybe even creeping up towards 20%. They tend to keep a little bit of a lower body fat percentage anyway, and when they're talking about losing weight, they're trying to like lean down, maybe even trying to get like all the way down to where they've got visible abs. The second camp is people who are trying to lose higher amounts of body weight and are probably doing it more for health reasons instead of aesthetic. They're really trying to lose a lot of body weight at a time. And so I think that we kind of have two different ways that we can go here. If you are lean already and you're trying to get leaner, just use your total, just use your current body weight. Most people don't know their actual body fat percentage anyway, so you don't know what your true lean mass is. So if you're say 190 pounds and you're trying to get down to 175, you're getting ready for beach season or whatever, you want to get your abs out. You're trying to lose that 15 pounds. If you take your protein requirement and you set that 0.82 grams per pound of body weight at your starting weight of 190, that's going to set you at the end a little bit above 0.82, which is just going to be protective, is going to help you maintain your muscle mass while you're leaning down. Remember that what a lot of the research shows is that 0.7 grams per pound of body weight is enough to keep you in positive nitrogen balance, meaning that you're probably maintaining your muscle mass. 0.82 grams per pound of body weight is 2 standard deviations above, so it's already really protective. So if you're hitting that as your minimum mark, you're golden, you're good to go. Anything above that is extra. If you like eating extra protein, go ahead, but you don't have to, which opens up your food choices a little bit more. So if you're already lean, why think about where you're going, that extra 15 pounds that you're trying to lose, and set your protein requirements all the way down there when you could put it up just a little bit higher and be a little bit more protective. So if you're already there, just go off of your total body weight, set it, and your total calories are what are gonna matter the most. If you're looking to lose more weight, let's say you're 5'10", 250 pounds, and you're trying to get down to 220, 210, 200, okay, that's kind of your goal weight. All of a sudden now your total body weight is much further away from your lean body mass. And when we're eating our protein, we are trying to at least preserve our lean mass. You might only have 160 pounds of lean mass. So if you set your protein requirement at 250, you're eating way more protein than you need. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to me anyway. Unless you're a person who really likes a high protein, high fat, super low carbohydrate diet, then okay, but you don't have to. And setting your protein requirement that high is going to really limit your food choices. When you're cutting out all those carbs, it's going to make it more difficult, in my opinion, to stick with your diet. So instead of setting it all the way up at that high body fat or that high total weight, your goal weight makes a lot more sense. Maybe set your goal around that 200 pounds that you're trying to get to. So take your 200 pounds and take 0.82 of that. So all of a sudden now your protein requirement is around 160, which is probably plenty to maintain the current lean tissue that you have while you're cutting, and it opens up your food choices a whole bunch. Now there's another trick that you can use. Your height in centimeters falls right around these goal ranges that we're talking about. So I'm 5'10", I weigh 190 pounds. 5'10" is 178 centimeters. So 178, if I were to set 1 gram per pound of that, 178, or use that 178 as my goal, taking 0.82 of that 178, that's pretty darn close to 190. So that tells me that's really, really close right there. So if you're in that upper body weight category and you're trying to cut down and you're not really sure and you're saying like, I want to get down to 220 pounds, but I don't know really where that's going to leave me, you could take your height in centimeters and you could use that figure to calculate your protein needs off of that. Now this doesn't work. This only works in kind of the average height ranges. If you're above, say, 6'4", if you're below 5'4", then above 6'4", your protein requirements are going to be higher than what they need to be, and below 5'4", they're going to be less than that. But if you fall in that 5'5" to 6'3" range, that's a quick and easy calculation that you could do that is also going to give you a good number that you could base your protein requirements off of. So again, don't overcomplicate this stuff. Your total calories are going to be the most important piece when it comes to losing weight. We just need to set that calorie deficit. Protein is going to help you to at least maintain your lean tissue. So if you're already lean, set your protein requirement based off of your current or your starting body weight. If you're looking to lose a lot of body weight, you're really doing this for health reasons and to try to get some of that extra body weight off. Either use a goal weight that you're going down to and take 0.82 of that and use that as your minimum requirement. Remember, if you eat above that, that's totally fine. That's just gonna fall into your food choices. But that is your minimum to make sure that you're maintaining your muscle mass while you are leaning down. Or another trick that you can try is to set your protein requirements based on your height in centimeters. If you're somewhere between that, like say 5'5" and 6'3", 6'3" category. And again, if you're trying to lose a lot more weight. So thanks for watching. Keep it simple, get after it.